Hi, you're watching Hindustan Times, and I am Aditi Prasad. With Diwali around the corner and the COVID induced new normal, it is only opportune that I have with me today Saurabh Agarwal, CEO of Octro. Now, Octro is one of the fastest growing mobile phone gaming company in India, and it was the three most played games, Teen Patti, Online Rummy, and Tambola Online. It's one of the few uh, uh, online games that are have treaded into the area of playing with real money online. How is the tightrope of actually playing with real money online and the the participants of the people, and then there are the regulatory policies. How do you see any uh, have what kind of challenges have you seen, especially in the Indian market?
We do not offer any of them in real money, right? So we do not offer Team Patti with real money. We do not offer our Tambola game with real money, right? What we do offer as a different product is a game called Play Rummy, which is a rummy game for real money, which is a skill gaming platform, right? All of our other games are just virtual money, sort of played for fun with friends and families. And we operate a bunch of other social games as well. One of the recent games that we launched was a game called Soccer Battles, which was in the action strategy genre. So we have a much larger portfolio of non-real money games, but we also operate a game called Play Rummy, where the brand is called PlayRummy.com, right? Which we also offer for real money.
What's the participation of the people for playing rummy with real money, so far as your platform is concerned?
So we started the real money rummy genre game. I think we launched it in February 2017. Right. So we are about 3 years old into that game. I think we are probably one of the youngest rummy operators in India in that sense. Right. All of the other operators have existed for much longer. We've seen tremendous growth on the real money gaming platform. But if you want to compare the engagement on our real money platform with our social games, right, they're two different beasts, right? Social
Right.
games would have 100 times the users of our real money game,
Absolutely.
right? So they're very different beasts in terms of number of users, etc. But we've seen the real money business grow considerably for us over the last 2-3 years, right? So I mean, we started from scratch, so there's no multiples, but from from last year's number, we're probably 3x already.
Internationally, vis-a-vis India, the use of real money in online gaming. Where do we
So
stand?
a lot of countries are going through this. For example, I think in the US we are seeing Skills, which is a real money gaming platform, just go IPO. They've sort of announced their IPO. I think at a very very fancy valuation, right? I think across the world we are seeing real money games actually search. But what is different from India is that India traditionally hasn't really spent on games, right? So the revenue that the gaming companies have traditionally made overall is actually not very high, whereas in India the skill games business, which is the played with real money, actually maybe accounts for about 50% of the total gaming revenue, right? Whereas worldwide in the US, that percentage might be 5% or even lower.
There's talk about this man in Puducherry right now who's sort of lost his life because he ended up in a huge gambling debt because he got hooked to an online card game, and there's this huge chatter which has started about banning these games because they're not good.
So I think first, I think everybody should understand the difference between skill games and games of chance, right? So for anything to be gambling, there are three things that you need to have, right? One, there has to be a consideration. So somebody needs to be putting in money. There has to be a reward where they need to be playing for something to win, right? And then it has to be a game of predominant chance. A game of predominant skill is not considered gambling in India, right? So while while games of skill are legal to operate in India, games of chance are not, right? I think again, as an industry, I mean, there are definitely all sorts of players in the industry, right? but what we've started seeing, especially in the skill gaming vertical, is that people have started becoming very, very responsible. For example, right, I mean, as Octro, we are part of a federation called the Online Rummy Federation, right? We undergo audits where we make sure that our processes are very friendly to the customer. We look at, signs of problems, or problematic users or users with problems, right? Very early on, take proactive steps so that, something like what you're talking about does not happen on our platform. Right. So, I mean, we undergo audits to make sure that our games are completely random. We make sure that the users that are, competing against them are competing absolutely against real players, and there is no bots, nothing in the system. Right. So we continue to inform the users about playing responsibly, right? If you come to our platform, you'll see every 7 days or so, we will actually give you a big pop-up about how to play responsibly. We let you set personal limits on, on the system, on how much you can deposit on the system, right? So, I mean, there are a bunch of things that we are trying as a company and as an industry, and as an industry, when I talk about it, we're talking about, really the top 5-6 players in the industry who are, committing to playing responsibly. So I mean, we're doing a bunch of stuff to actually address all of these issues. uh,
Is it more about self-regulation right now, or is there an industry, a government monitored regulatory body, or is there an industry body that is being created? How does regulation work for this sector?
so right now there is no regulation per se which is government mandated. What we are trying to do as an industry is trying to create bodies which we can use to self-regulate, right? For example, as I said, right, I mean, the only industry that we sort of on the only real money game that we sort of operate is the online rummy, game, right? And there we are part of the TORF, which is the Online Rummy Federation, which
Okay.
was set up a couple of years ago. And we are, the charter of the organization, of the federation is to actually get everyone to be responsible and go through these processes so that, we can avoid any of the problems, and from this, right? So we are also looking at the type of advertising, for example, that we do, right? We don't want to be falsely advertising for something which
Right.
basically entices a user who's sort of susceptible, right? So as an industry or as a company, I would love to be more regulated, right? I have no issues, right? And we would love to be more responsible. Right now, I think one of the issues that we are seeing is a lot of unregulated websites also operate in India, right? For example, all of the international websites like Betfair, all of these are now accessible and they're advertising in India, right? And these are not games of skill. And sometimes what we've seen is we've seen people get confused between the skill gaming industry and that industry. And that industry obviously has its problem, and it's also bringing our industry into disrepute.
Do you feel that the government needs to step in here and at least control, put some systems and controls and checks and balances in place?
We're absolutely not averse to it, whether the regulation comes from the industry or the government, or a body that is sort of a
A
mixed effort
quasi,
between the government and the private and public sector, sort of, right?
right?
I mean, we're absolutely not averse to it, right? So we would love for that to come in so that we know everybody understands what their boundaries are, right? So as long as everybody understands their boundaries, they operate within it, I think the industry and everyone can prosper.
What would be your message to online gamers? Because I think that is a very crucial thing that we're discussing here today. What is the message that you would like to give to online gamers this festival season, especially those who start playing with real money?
So I mean, as a company, right? As I said, I mean, for us, maybe less than 2% of our users actually play with real money. 98% of our portfolio is actually non-real money, and we are more or less, what we do want to do is we want to sell entertainment to our users. We want to make sure that they get entertained and we get paid for it, right? So basically, I mean, that's basically what our motive for operating the business is, right? While playing online with real money, I think people should understand that they should go with the brands that they trust, right? They should be very responsible in figuring out what their wallet sizes are. I think eventually overdoing anything can be harmful, right? And I think that is so make sure that you do not, you know your limits, how much you want to spend, right? Go with the trusted website, right? I think some of the bodies like FIFS, which is part of which is basically the fantasy sport body, and the TORF are doing a good job in sort of certifying companies in these genres, right? And play responsible, right? So yeah. So
Right.
as a company, right? We're looking at we're using data science and machine learning to make sure that we can catch the I think the warning signs when we find a user sort of go overboard, right? For example, we are looking at how many types of payment instruments a person is using when depositing into the system, right? If that is going above a certain number, we know that this guy may be actually going through his credit cards or something, right? And we sort of have systems in place where we will actually block or put deposit limits on that user, just to make sure that the guy does not go overboard. We'll have him, we'll throw a questionnaire at the person, ask him to go through that questionnaire, make sure that he has the right set of mind, and if he actually gives the wrong answers to the questions, right, we will block the user from our website. We'll just not let him play on the website. The problem right now that when we look at it as a company, right, we say we've stopped him from playing on our platform, but we've not really stopped him from playing online. And so a common database, things that a regulatory body can maybe bring in are obviously going to be helpful if this industry is to prosper.